The amount of coding that goes into a video game is mind-blowing, so it's no surprise to find a glitch or two. A lot of glitches don't really affect the game too much, but there can be some pretty glaring hiccups in the code that result in game-ending glitches or hilarious mistakes. Here are 10 video game glitches they don't want us to find. Don't forget, if you find yourself entertained, and we hope you do, give us a like and hit that subscribe button to find more fun videos like this one. Losing your head, The Witcher 3. The Witcher 3 is a critically acclaimed, massive open-world game with hundreds of different side quests to complete, monsters to battle, and areas to explore. Naturally, in a game this massive, there are bound to be glitches. One such glitch comes in the form of disembodied floating heads. Whether you're having sexy time with a prostitute or simply running around town, Geralt and even random NPCs are prone to losing their heads. For Geralt, his head separates from his body and hair, but can still function during gameplay until it eventually corrects itself. For NPCs during gameplay, the glitch causes the character models to lose their hair, their bodies to stand in the upright position with their arms stretched out, and their heads to be lobbed off at the shoulders while floating sideways about 2 feet away from them. Needless to say, it's quite disturbing. Out of Bounds, Resident Evil 7. Biohazard is a departure from typical Resident Evil games, but is quite possibly the scariest one yet. In fact, if you really want to pee your pants, you can get up close and personal with the blood and guts by playing with the PlayStation VR headset. However you decide to play, you can still find a way to get yourself outside of the map. For this glitch, you need to get the devilishly handsome Jack to follow you through the house and to the staircase. If you position yourself correctly against the wall, Jack will grab you and then throw you outside of the playable area. Once outside, you can walk around out of bounds and explore almost the entire game. This is the type of glitch that speedrunners look for, but so far it hasn't been utilized for a massive shortcut. If you find one, you could get the world record time for completing the game. OPAF, Dead Rising 4. Farming is common amongst video games, but it can be a real chore repeating the same process over and over again. Luckily, Dead Rising 4 makes farming fun. In this exploit, players can find an exosuit in Westridge and combine it with the vacuum that sits close by. Then the player can take out a massive horde of zombies in glorious gory fashion, gaining thousands of experience points. Once the suit runs out, simply jump in a vehicle and leave the area by crossing the bridge. Make a U-turn and return to the area, and there you'll find the exosuit and vacuum respawn in the same places. Lather, rinse, and repeat the process and you'll be at max level in no time. Travel in Style, Final Fantasy 15. Sometimes a leisurely drive down the road with your boys isn't exciting enough. Just ask Noctis and his crew. Sometimes you gotta kick up the adrenaline. Why not try standing up in the car while it's moving? That's a good way to get your blood pumping. But while standing and driving is extreme enough for some, it's not enough for Noctis. No, he likes to take it to the next level, a level that's never been attempted before. Noctis pulls off the amazing feat of combining driving down the road and swimming in the car. While everyone else plays it safe standing through the roof of the car, Noctis radically flails around for the entire journey. Who needs a chocobo when you can swim to anywhere you want in the world? Now that's extreme. Ready for launch. Watch Dogs 2. The physics in Watch Dogs 2 play by its own set of rules. In this watered-down version of Grand Theft Auto with hacking, players can use their phone to hack into almost anything around them. Some of these hacks, combined with the interesting physics in the game, make for some fun ways to get around the city. For example, try driving a bus onto the lift of a crane. It's a great way to send all of the occupants inside the bus rocketing into the sky. Rather go solo? No problem. Hack into a motorcycle and take it for a spin. Eventually, you'll inevitably slightly clip something, which of course sends you flying off of your bike and soaring through the air. What's a little fall damage if you can go the whole map falling with style? Lethal Ladders, For Honor. You can be pummeled by a knight's shield, sliced with a samurai's sword, or even hacked by a Viking's axe and still make it out of any skirmish with your life. Just don't try to use a ladder. Players who possess enough skill can take down hordes of enemies without defeat, but no one who tried to go up or down a ladder could live to tell the tale. Okay, alright, sorry, that was a lie. Most people who use the ladders are fine, but there are times when trying to go up or down some sticks tied together spells certain death. There's a glitch that occurs that leaves players helplessly floating in midair next to the ladder, frustratingly hovering in limbo and waiting for death from an enemy passing by. At least it's not as bad as the glitch that sends the player's avatar into a seizure as he glides across the ground for all to see. Manimals, Red Dead Redemption. There is plentiful wildlife to find in Red Dead Redemption, but none are quite as rare or as horrifying as the manimals. In a glitch that's both equal parts unsettling and hysterical, John Marston can sometimes come across animals in the wilderness that look like humans. The game spawns in an animal of some sort, but for some reason gives them the character model of people in the game. Snakes still bite and birds still fly, but it looks like people slithering on the ground and flapping their arms in the sky. If that weren't bad enough, the inverse has been discovered as well. Normal people in the game take on the form of an animal and go about their business like nothing's wrong. People have found a talking dog carrying a gun and floating around, as well as a talking horse on a hang glider. Now you see me, Assassin's Creed Unity. This infamous game nearly destroyed the Assassin's Creed franchise. It was so full of glitches upon its release, many gamers couldn't even play the game, and compensation was offered to avoid lawsuits. A common glitch for most was the vanishing of, well, a lot of stuff. You could be locked in an emotional cutscene when suddenly people's entire faces would disappear except for their teeth and eyes. Maybe you're scaling a building only to jump onto an invisible roof that allows you to climb even higher through the clouds. Horses disappear, rooms disappear, even water disappears. It seems like they could have easily changed the name of this game to Assassin's Creed Houdini and there wouldn't have been any backlash at all. It's all part of the magic. Reach for the Skyrim. The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim. The game Skyrim is named after the location in which the game takes place. But in an ironic twist, it's also the perfect name for some of the glitches found in the game, which tend to send things flying towards the rim of the sky. Death by giant is one way to reach the sky rim. Let a giant beat up on you a bit, and when his final blow is dealt with his deadly club, your lifeless body will take off like a rocket into the sky. Another enemy you don't want to piss off are the Greybeards. Stand next to a cliff when they use their dragon shout on you and they'll send you helicoptering down the mountain, spinning at flash-like speeds and occasionally flying back upwards. Another gravity-defying glitch comes from the horses in the game, which just seem to fly around at will. They're fun to watch and even more fun to ride, but it's tough to stick the landing without dying a horrible death. Funny Bone, WWE 2K14. There have been some jaw-dropping feats of strength in World Wrestling Entertainment, but none quite compare to what this man can do. And his name is John Cena? John Cena is the face of WWE, which is good because he certainly isn't the arm of WWE. Poor John Cena must have broken at least 6 bones in this horrific glitch. As it turns out, though, he's not the only one to suffer this fate. There's a glitch in the game that, for whatever reason, randomly causes some of the wrestlers to have disfigured arms. These wrestlers fight through the pain, and it doesn't seem to impede their ability to pile drive their opponents into the ground, but it is hilarious to look at. It's tough to be intimidated by Big Show when his arm is flailing in the wind. Developers do their best to create immersive experiences for gamers, but when glitches slip through the cracks, it transforms the experience, for better or for worse. What are some more embarrassing glitches overlooked by developers? Tell us your favorites in the comments below. Please let us know if you like this video by clicking that thumbs up button. And subscribe to CBR to find more videos on video games, comic books, movies, TV shows, pop culture, and way more.